All right, welcome friends and channel lovers to Mike Jordan Uncomplicated, where we try to make your camping life a little less complicated. There's lots of folks that camp have e-bikes. We do too, and I haul them different than anyone you've ever seen. So I often talk about it on a lot of the forums, but I've never made a video, so I decided it was time to make a video. We just got back from about a 1,500 mile trip, and I had to actually pull the bikes out to make the video so I could show you how to put them back in. So that's what we're going to do today. Carry the bikes in the RV where they're warm and comfortable and dry and away from prying eyes and theft. So we had a lot of rain on this trip, so that's a great thing that they're inside and not hanging out off the back, getting wet and ruining all these expensive electronics. So there's a little more than meets the eye maybe to how I do this, and I've perfected this over probably 5,000 miles of travel. Started out a little different than what I'm doing today, but today we're only going to show you the good part. So let's take a look at what we do to get the bikes into there and safely carry them down the road inside the RV where they're dry and comfortable. Okay, first thing I did to make getting the bikes in and out of the RV much easier is I've installed some quick disconnect pedals. So I'll try to, I did this originally, these quick disconnects for security, because I can pull the pedals off, you know, pull the battery out. Nobody can power it away, nobody can ride it away. I've got several different lock setups. I've got a whole video on my security system, so I'll try to link that below, check that out. But what happened is a serendipitous, very nice side benefit of these pedals is getting the bikes in and out of the RV. So what I mean by quick disconnect, so these particular pedals, this piece here, just a plastic piece that holds the pedal or holds this quick disconnect in place, but it won't let the quick disconnect accidentally move in, because that's how you take the pedal off. So all you have to do is, once that plastic piece is out of the way, is press this in and whoop, pedals off. And that's all there is to it to remove the pedals. So I'm going to get the other one off, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, next thing I do is on this bike is I fix it so the handlebar is flat to the wheel. And to do that, it works the same. Doesn't matter if you have this brand of e-bike or if you have an analog bike or any of them, they all work exactly the same. And to turn the steering wheel flat, and you'll see what I mean by that in a minute if it didn't make any sense, is there are two screws on the side. You want to take loose of that. You do not want to take this one out here. Never loosen that one, but loosen these to the side, and you can turn the steering wheel flat. So I'll take that one loose, and then let's see, come around the other side, and almost hiding behind my water bottle holder down here, which I've got a video for that too. Pretty neat little water bottle holder, if I do say so myself. And loosen this one, and then I'm going to turn my steering wheel flat to the wheel. Let me see if I can get this tilted up a little bit. So if I turn my handlebar straight, you can see if I can get my wheel in the video. The wheel is in the video is straight, but now I'm going to turn my handlebar like that, and I don't knock over my tripod with the bike. Now get a little bit better view. But now we can see the wheel is straight and the handlebar is completely turned to the side, and that's going to make it easier to get this in and out. So now to go back in and tighten these up, because you don't want to, if you're trying to hold on that handlebar and it's loose, it's going to flop all around and negate the side benefit. So we'll tighten that up, squeeze around, come over here and tighten this other one up. Alright, so that's it. Now I only turn the steering wheel flat on this bike. That bike, I do not do that. You'll see why in a minute, because I store them, each bike a little bit differently. This other bike, I did remove the pedals. So you already saw that, exact same pedals, so it worked the exact same way. Alright, and then to get them up into the RV, you can see I got a ramp on the stairs. And this ramp I made to get my bikes into the back of my pickup truck. I've got a video on that, so I'll link that in the description down below also. So I carry, when I get to the campsite, if we're going someplace else with the bikes, I carry the bikes in the back of the truck. And that ramp helps me get it in the back of the truck. And it also works quite well to get the ramps into the door of the RV. So we'll take a look at how all that works here next. Alright, now into the RV. And just put the front tire on the ramp, push it up, and while you're coming up, I found the rear brake is the best one to use. So that's on my right hand. And so while I'm going up, I'm just going to push this up. And if you need to stop, squeeze the brake. But I found if you get that front wheel in and over the hump, and it's going to hold itself pretty well. Pedals need to be flat. I didn't do that to begin with. Otherwise they're going to catch on a step. So pedals are good. And so now I just need to kind of push, and I'll climb the stairs at the same time I push. Watch the doorway. The handlebars get in pretty good into my door and into. Okay, now just to look at what that looks like from the inside. Right, front tire on the ramp. One hand on the handlebar, one hand on the seat. And just roll it up. Pretty easy. Watch the door, which I wasn't doing, but handlebars fit through the door pretty easily. Alright, first bike is going on my U dinette, and I've got the table down in the mode that I need it for. And of course the table's up when you want to eat at the dinette. This dinette, I've recovered this. If you have some of that peeling, flaking furniture, I got a video for that on the channel, so check that out. Lots of good RV videos and bike videos on the channel to check out. So next I just need to move the cushions around and get it into bike mode. So every RV is probably a little different in how your cushions and things come apart, but just do yours the way they do. These corner ones, just going to take out and get out of the way. Alright, now that the dinette is in bed mode, I looked back at my video and noticed I was calling it bike mode, but most people use this for a bed, in this particular setup for a bed. So now that is in bed mode, now I have a Harbor Freight moving blanket special, and I just take it and lay it out over the dinette and get it of a range so it's covering everything nicely. And then we're going to move the bike onto the dinette. Okay, I think my bike's just out of the frame, but we'll roll it the rest of the way into the door and get it set up to move into the dinette bed. Now we can't see too well, but I'm gonna move this a second. If you look down there is my derailleur, and you do not want to lay this bike on the derailleur side when you're going down the road. Alright, we want to lay it on to this side without the derailleur. So that's what I'm going to do next. Set my tripod back down, and let's see if I can get bed and bike in the frame. So bed and bike is in the frame. So then all I do is put up the kickstand, I grab the fork, and I grab the rear frame and just lift up and lay it in the bed. So there it is. It's laying in the bed. Handlebars are hanging off the side, and it has rode like that for many thousands of miles, probably well over 5,000 miles, and not had a single issue. So there's bike 1. Now what do we do with bike 2? So if we spin around and look up the stairs, there's the bedroom, and in there, right beside the bed, that's where the other bike is getting ready to go. So we'll show you that here. Take a look at what I do with that bike before we get the bike into the RV. Okay, so the next bike, I just roll up and I park right beside the bed, and it just leans on the bed. I've got another Harbor Freight furniture blanket. I rarely use it. Only time I've actually ever used it is when it's kind of raining and the bikes were nasty. I'll cover the bed with the Harbor Freight blanket and then lean the bike up against it. But by and large, I just lean the bike against the bedspread, and have not had any issues. Doesn't even make my wife mad, so that's always a good thing. So I kind of pulled the bedspread up a little. Before I carry this thing, there's one modification that I did. That's probably a good idea for anybody to do. Let's see if I can get down here and see it. So I'll put a light back down there, but if you look into the deck of the bed frame, or where the mattress lays, you'll see a bolt with a big fender washer sticking up. On the underside of that, we can see, is an eyelet. And I drilled a hole in that deck frame, or that deck board, put this eyelet in, and I'll probably put a link for this in the description. And then I have a piece of nylon strap with a cam lock in it, and then I'm going to tie the bike into place. So again, probably, I guess we can see that well enough to see what it is and see what I did. I'll probably put a link for this eyelet in the description also, so you can take a look at. And like I said, just really easy to drill that into that bed frame. You don't feel it at all with that bolt sticking up under the mattress. But that's going to help hold the bike in position, and we'll see what I mean by that in just a minute. And then before I ever wheel the bike in, I get this strap up on the bed. So this is, again, just a cam strap used to tie down lots of things. Just got a buckle here with a spring-loaded mechanism, and you pull the strap through, and then pull tight, and it holds it tight. So let's go get the bike and take a look at what the heck I'm talking about here. All right, I've wheeled my second bike up the ramp just like I did the first one. And then this is why I turned those handlebars. I've actually got it in and out of here without turning the handlebars, but it does make it so much easier to turn them. You can see this window up here. Window, it's just like right there at the top of the stairs. The handlebars always getting caught in the curtains. Like I said, I can do it without turning the handlebars flat, but it just sure makes it easier to do so. So now we just take this up those stairs. Stand up, and then just wheel this up the stairs. Easy peasy. And then once we get to the top, I just wheel it up and next to the bed. And then lean it against the bed. Okay, kind of hard to see right at the end there, but I've just got the bike up here, and you can see, or maybe you can see kind of the way this the framing of the fifth wheel is formed around the bed. I just got that front tire up in a corner of that lip, and then the bike just leaning against the bed, and it kind of sticks out, and the back wheel is just kind of leaning against the corner of that frame on the side, and again the bed supporting the bike. So now we just need to tie it in. All right, hopefully we can see a little bit here. It's such a tight quarters up here, but now if I can get in here and do this, now I just come in and lay on the bed and get the non-buckle into this strap and go around the forks. And then, like I said, this is a cam strap. And so we press the mechanism to release the cam, put the bearing of the strap through the cam, and then just pull it tight. All right, now let me see if I can get in a little closer. Okay, now just a closer view. You see I got that strap. Again, it's going down underneath, down there in the bed, we're through that eyelet, and then just bring the bearing to the strap, come around the fork, put it through the cam buckle, and cinch it tight. So now it's pulled, the front wheel is pulled up into this corner. Again, kind of hard to see everything, but pulled up into the corner. It can't roll forwards, it can't roll backwards. It's not going to flop around. It's kind of sitting on the cushion of the mattress and rides quite well. Again, for thousands and thousands of miles. Right there, zero issues, warm and comfortable, more comfortable than I am, because I got to drive this thing and it gets to sleep in my bed the whole time we're traveling. All right, there we go. Back out, which is even easier than getting them in, because the gravity helps you coming out. Again, just use the brake when you're coming down the ramps or coming down the stairs. Got to kind of help control yourself. But we appreciate you sticking to the end and watching this. Please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel, helps us grow, helps us do more videos. Take a look around while you're here. Like I said, lots of links for more videos and things used in the description. And if we don't see you in the campground or on the bike trail, we'll see you in the next video.